you. We want to help you today. We are here to help you.
Talk to us.
If you are in need, we can help you.
Fathers and mothers, parents in our culture, they sacrifice for their children. They sacrifice for the benefit of their children. But what you're doing this morning, what you're doing today, is forcing your own child to sacrifice their life for your convenience, for your benefit. It's upside down.
Why do you think it's okay to suck people in the little piece?
You would never ask your born child to sacrifice his or her life for your benefit, but you're asking your preborn child to sacrifice their life for you.
They probably are, but they probably aren't killing more children.
It's not too late to leave this place with that.
I would disagree
I
with
can
you.
guarantee.
Probably around 8,000 children are murdered by abortion in this country every day.
You're really giving a count.
I mean, that's your stat. I don't think you're a reliable source, but you have some documentation from a non-biased source.
Okay. Well, the fact is, like, they're killing children inside killing facilities in the city, and you're standing outside of one, and it seems like...
Please come out and let us help you.
This is a building that...
It is not too late, no matter what they told you.
One of the things they do is...
Come out and let us help you. Let us care for you and your child. If you're a friend who came along with someone, get them out now.
You go to the serial killer?
A friend does not help another friend murder their child.
For other services?
You need to care for that precious child.
You live in a country that's killed more people than any country.
All of these children are image bearers of God.
But in your worldview, why is
They're an image bearer of God.
Why is murdering people a bad thing?
Right, in your worldview.
See, like, what you're trying to do is create false equivalency. You're trying to get me to admit that murder's wrong.
Please come out and speak with us.
Well, I'm saying, in your worldview, why is it wrong to murder anybody? Why do you think that...
You know that it's a child in your womb if you're a mother.
How do you know?
If you're a father, you know.
Morality is without the God of the Bible.
You know this is evil. You know that it's a human being in the womb.
Only source of morality.
Science, technology, and God's Word back that up. They support that.
How do you get morality?
The argument that it's not a human being has been destroyed for several years now. It's been obliterated. Don't believe that nonsense, that lie. That's not a human being. Science has confirmed that it's a human being, a person, from the moment of fertilization, from the moment of conception. And to take that human being's life from the moment of fertilization is murder, is cold-blooded murder. But you live in a culture that has so dehumanized preborn children, the preborn child, that this is considered normal for mass murder to take place all around us. You know in your conscience that this is not normal. Do not become a murderer today. Father and mother, do not become a murderer. Become a protector and a lover of your child. Become a responsible parent by loving your child, not hating them to death.
People live right there. That is a home. No, how many people live in this building? People live right there.
Right.
I live right over there. So you're in my house, my neighborhood, telling me what to believe. I don't come to Wheaton. I think someone said you live in. I don't go to Wheaton and go, stop being an idiot. I mean,
please come out now.
Be an idiot. That's what makes the world run. You can do what you want to do.
Do not wait until it's too late. You will never get over this if you murder your child.
Sure.
If you pay the hired assassin to murder your child, you will never get over it. You will regret this for the rest of your life. There have been mothers, there have been fathers who have committed suicide after paying to have their children murdered.
That's their morality, and it's good for them.
There have been mothers who have not walked out of these places alive, who have died while having their children murdered.
Right, and some people think it's good. In their morality,
this could cost you your life.
It's a good thing, right? In your morality, it's probably a bad thing.
It's time to love your child.
So, is rape really wrong?
Responsible, loving parents do not have their children murdered. They nurture them. They care for them. They love them.
Right? They think it's a good thing.
They raise them up to fear God, not to be in rebellion against God. Love your child.
Gentlemen,
It's not really wrong.
They sure can. Here,
It's not
you're
really
about to
wrong
get
to
kicked out of here.
read. It's just your opinion.
Here we
the
go.
ordinance violations would be unauthorized display of sign is a traffic violation under 625 ILCS 11-310. Sound pressure regarding bullhorns is a city ordinance 11-4-2800.
What does the ordinance say?
And what was the other one you were asking about?
Attending signs.
What's that?
Attending signs.
That was the one I just told you.
And what does it state again?
625 ILCS 11-310.
Can
Okay?
you read it to me again?
He doesn't have to read it to you.
Yes, he does, ma'am. It's his job
No, I don't.
And what
I've given you a reference.
as a public servant.
You asked what the specific ordinance was. I've given you the reference. If you violate it, you're welcome to have an attorney explain it to you and go before a judge.
I'm an
Well,
attorney.
we're-
Would you like me to
We're asking you as a public officer, as a public servant, to read it again, please.
And I just told you I don't have that. I gave you the ordinance. You're welcome to Google it.
Well, why won't you read it to us again?
Because I told you if I come back, I'm just going to cite you.
The ordinance about amplification is very clear. It's 100 feet, and that's within the
Wait a second. The ordinance about what?
about the amplification. It's 100 feet.
No, it has
Yes.
to do with sound decibel levels.
No, it specifically says 100 feet, and amplification is restricted between the hours of 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. Unless it depends on the district.
No, there's nothing to do with the district.
Okay, then
I'm walking this dog, and
Here we go. Anything that is louder than a conversational level at 100 feet. Okay. It also applies to 71 decibels.
what's the reference again?
I've already repeated that. They have everything on audio and video
What's the
recorded.
reference, officer?
I've already
What's the
given it to you
reference?
twice.
Say it again. I'm asking for the reference, officer. You're required to tell me.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
11-4-2800.
Okay.
Please get an ID from him and cite him. You said
For
you're going
what?
to sign a
For
complaint,
what?
ma'am?
Your ID.
There you go.
For what?
This lady is going to is saying that she wants it cited. He's
What are you
obviously
citing?
created. I just explained that.
What did I violate that you're citing me for?
I just explained it.
720 ILCS 5/26-1.
Concerning what?
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct in what way?
You're alarming and disturbing me and causing a breach of the peace.
She is a private citizen. She has nothing to do with the clinic. It is her request. Then we will be happy to honor it.
request to
I've
do
answered
what?
every one of your
A
requests.
request to do what? Disturbing the
I
peace?
want you arrested because I live here.
Ma'am, we'll be with you in one moment, please. Well, did you have any other questions, sir?
No, that's it.
Okay. Gentlemen, do you have any other questions?
What am I being cited for?
I've given you every option. I've given you every opportunity. We just gave you the charges. We've given you the
You said
alternate charges.
disturbing the peace? Is that what you said?
That is what this lady would like us to arrest you. Right now, what did I say before I went in to get the charges?
Well, you mentioned
What
about
did-
the,
what did I say?
you mentioned about the signs. We're holding the signs.
Okay.
We're not using the bullhorn, the
And I
megaphone.
told him that if
so
I gave him every opportunity to secure it.
and we've done that. So what law are we violating now?
This lady is saying that you disturbed her peace.
You didn't say anything about disturbing the peace.
You said nothing about that before whatsoever.
I don't have to.
Yes, this
I
is
don't
our
have
First
to.
Amendment
What
right.
is the definition of disturbing the peace?
We have a First Amendment to be right
And
here.
I said your protest is welcome. Now I have a civilian citizen that wants to take action. Okay?
So what does disturbing the
So
peace
now,
mean?
are we going to just have our protest, or do you want to continue to argue about things?
Well, if you're threatening to cite,
Yes or no? Which do you want?
I'm trying to answer your
I have
question.
the right to free speech, sir.
Yes, you do.
I have the right to free speech. Okay, so don't violate my right to free
Please
speech.
don't violate our free speech.
Do you want to get sued in court?
Sir,
do
I've
you
been
want to get
sued so
sued?
many times. Okay, now here's
Probably.
You're
the
going to get sued.
Okay. Now my question is, do you want to have your protest, or do you want to wind up going to court? Do you want to have your day disrupted? And do you want to be able to tell people your side of the story, and follow the 4 rules that I asked you about and I spoke to you about, and I even went in and got the printouts, giving you exact chapter and verse.
Yeah, and I didn't do anything to violate anything that you told us about.
We have
and all of a sudden
complied.
you're telling me to be cited because
Sir,
she's disturbed.
Have I even asked you your name?
No, but you told
Okay,
him to
if
get
I
my
asked
ID.
you your name, sir.
You told him to get my ID.
Have I asked you your name?
No, you haven't.
Okay. Now, I explained to you that when I came back, if there were any other violations, we would take action. Did I not?
Yes, and I didn't violate anything
Why are
that
you
you told
yelling
me
at me? I'm
about.
speaking to
He's
you
not
as a
yelling at
gentleman.
you.
Because you're telling him to take my ID and you're trying to cite me for doing something you didn't even warn me
I'm
about.
telling you that right now I have another citizen that's come up to me and told me that she wants to press charges. I'm trying to address this. I tried to speak to all three of you. I went in and I spoke to the clinic. Everybody was going to operate on an even plane, correct? Did I do that?
You went and spoke with them. You spoke with us.
I spoke to... Did I speak to you?
Yeah, you spoke.
Did
you
I
spoke
speak
with
to
us.
all three of you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Did I speak to you, sir? Yes or no?
Yes, I
Did I
believe.
speak to you, sir?
Yes.
Okay. I went in, I told you I was going to go in and I was going to speak to the clinic. Okay? I went in. They had no problem with your... They had no problem as long as everybody was following the rules. You even demanded that I go in and get the exact citations. I've done so. I've given you the citations.
Yes, sir.
I've given you the exact chapter and verse
Yes, sir.
that this addresses.
And it didn't say anything about alarming and disturbing people.
Absolutely nothing.
That's totally different.
And so that's what I'm trying to
I'm
address
not
right now.
addressing your protest. Now I'm not addressing your protest. That lady says you disrupted her peace, that she wants you arrested for disorderly conduct.
Yeah, and you should
This
respect my
gentleman-
right to free speech.
Sir, this has nothing to do with your right to free speech. This
Yes,
is
it
a
does.
totally
Yes, it
separate.
does.
Because
This is a
I'm
total-
using my free speech, and that's what she's saying is
Do
offending
you mind
me,
if I
right?
call you
And-
John?
No.
I'm not
go
going
ahead.
to. I'm not even going to ask your name. I just want to know how can I address you, sir?
Just call me sir.
Okay, sir. Sir, this has nothing to do with your protest. Has nothing to whatsoever to do with your free speech. This gentleman was arguing with me that you can yell fire in a theater because if there is a fire. I'm not arguing that. I have given you every opportunity to express your concerns. I've given you every opportunity, but you seem to know exactly what the laws are. So therefore, I'm going to hold you to the standard that if this lady's peace was violated, you're aware that there's a disorderly conduct charge, and you're violating it.
No,
Okay,
sir.
you can let me know about the disorderly conduct charge.
No, I don't have
But-
to.
Yes, you do.
Okay,
Just
you
like a speed
you
limit.
don't-
I
okay,
don't
you
have to
don't
tell
If you're
you.
gonna
tell
cite
me-
us with
you don't
that, you
have
need to
tell
let
me.
us know what
But
we're violating.
If my free speech is being used, if I'm using my free speech, and then she brings that up, she can't violate my right to free speech.
Yes, she can.
No, she can't.
She has her rights too.
Are you
No,
talking
sir.
about because she's in her house?
So yes,
And because she's in her home and that's
I'm not
disturbing
the
to her?
government, so I
Because she's,
can't
ma'am.
she's not in her home right
Now,
now, right?
gentlemen.
She's on the street, and I'm using my free speech on the street.
gentlemen. As I've said, do you wish to have your protest? Do you wish to be able to express your ideals,
Sure.
or do we have to take other actions?
You don't have to
I
take
don't
other
want you to
actions.
take other actions, and I'm
So
just trying to.
which are we doing? Yes, one or the other. Do you want to have your protest?
Yeah.
Do you want to have your protest, sir?
Continue to.
Yes
to
or
do-
no?
Yes.
Do you want to have your protest,
I'm
sir?
going to continue what I'm doing out here.
Do you want to have your protest? Yes or no?
I answer the questions.
No, you said you're going to continue. I'm asking you a directed question. Do you wish to continue with your protest?
It's not a protest. We're pleading for lives.
If it's not a protest, then it's not a violate. Then it's not under First Amendment. So we're going to have to cite you.
No.
Well,
for
I-
what?
Either it's a protest, if it's a religious issue, and he's trying to force religion on somebody, that is a violation.
How? It's a first. We're expressing our
Okay,
First Amendment
sir,
rights here
I'm
on a
not going to
public
sit here and have a
sidewalk.
Sir, I'm telling you
constitutional
that
debate.
it's a crime.
You should be. You're a
asking
police
all
officer.
three of you gentlemen if you wish to continue having your protest.
You're violating our rights. And
No,
to
I'm
free,
not.
yes, you are. To free
I
speech.
do, I do wish to continue having my protest.
Okay, sir. Have a good day.
Okay.
Like I
I'm not
said,
doing anything
the
to you
only
right now.
rules are that you can't use the bullhorn.
Okay.
You cannot impede the individuals. You can, the order says 8 feet. Okay. You cannot involuntarily give them handbills. Obviously, you know those rules. You have them in your pocket. And you can't have unattended signs. Those were the 4 rules we started with.
Okay.
Why is there?
Okay.
You've wasted half an hour of your time out here in the cold arguing about this.
Because you're.
You're talking at that loud over the decibel.
No.
It was as if you were with a
Voices.
bullhorn.
Voices.
Oh, he was. You
That
could hear
it doesn't
blocks
matter.
away.
If he has a strong voice,
Yes, he does.
he's welcome to use
He's
it.
got a good set of lungs on you. I'll
He's
give you that.
welcome. He can say whatever he wants to as
I'm
long as
going
he's
to
not
address-
using an electronic amplification.
So you're saying that's okay to do that
Yes.
in the context of protest.
Yes.
And
But if it's an individual screaming outside of a residential apartment, then you cannot.
It depends what is being
That's what
spoken.
this lady is complaining about. She lives in
So
the apartment
if you're
upstairs.
telling me that this is not a protest, then obviously you are disrupting this lady's residential
If I'm
privileges.
expressing,
No, it's either a protest or it's not. You wanted to argue as to what defines a protest. Okay? You two gentlemen have already agreed that you want to continue your protest. This gentleman is stating that it is not, so therefore we're going to have to cite you under disorderly conduct. So you three want to huddle up and talk about this You're welcome too.
Well, I mean, we could be saying we're protesting, and he could be saying he's not. So you'd
But
have
all
to treat
three
it
of you are together,
right?
All three of you are together.
But just
No,
because
it's a
we're all in the
collective.
public easement doesn't mean that we're necessarily together, right?
You're not on a public
They're on
easement.
the we are. This is the sidewalk.
It's a sidewalk. It's not an easement.
Okay, it's a sidewalk. We're all on the sidewalk together, but that does not mean that we're all protesting or not protesting. You can't just
Sir.
lump us together, right? You have to treat each individual
Sir,
according to
you
what
have
they're
come
doing.
to me as a collective. The totality of the situation is that you are all together and you are all conducting the same action, in the same motion, in the same direction. Okay? Therefore, if he wants to argue about this, you're just wasting your time. Okay. Gentlemen, have a good day. Ma'am, I'll speak to you over here for a moment.